rattling down my spine, dancing around my rib cage, butterflies in my stomach. I view fear of self as the unwillingness to deal with the reality of the goal that you want.
Fear isn't always what you think it is, but it's a resistance to change.
Being left alone in my room as a baby, it's actually such a vivid memory now. Fear is a natural instinct.
Feels like a weight is physically on my chest and it's suffocating.
Fear is the ultimate freedom. What would you do if you weren't afraid?
I remember telling Massey that I loved him, and he rejected me.
I was afraid of making the wrong choice. I thought it was better to just tell her, I'm not ready to say that yet.
The goal of every dancer is perfection. So there's this constant struggle. I used to get really bad stage fright.
When I was kicked out at 19 and I was sleeping in my car for a little over a month, that was difficult. I was afraid of who I wanted to be.
I dealt with pretty bad dissociation most of my life. So anytime I did feel fearful, I would just go do something crazy to make myself feel like, no, I'm not afraid. Like, look what I just did, I'm not afraid. A lot of us gravitate towards urban exploration because it's the one place where you're forced to be fully present. Because one slip could end your life.
That human creeping thing comes in, which is, you don't even know what you're doing. What are you doing? And I have to remind myself every time, I know exactly what I'm doing. It's in my body. Courage is taking your unique identifying marks, your life experiences, and flying into the unknown, facing fear.
For me, it was just like hanging there. He needed time to understand things, and that's where I get to accept his traits of personality.
The people who are scared of love never really learned the lesson.
I knew I didn't like the way it felt, and I knew I wasn't going to be there again. I just made a decision and I stuck with it.
You know, you do all this work to get to the top of a building in Manhattan. And then when you're standing at the top with your friends and you're just looking out, it just feels like everything finally makes sense.
Once I let my fear of the stage be fuel, I was able to relax and really appreciate it for what it was and love performing more and more with every day. I was free.
My goal as a teacher is to allow students to feel comfortable enough to experience fear. Some people are scared to look inward because anytime you start the cleaning process, it's always a little bit messy. And some people don't want to get their hands dirty.
A lot of people started exploring because they were running from something. But a lot of us ended up connecting with ourselves through that.
You take risks, you face a lot more disappointment, but as a maker on your own, it's up to you to decide it, and that is freeing and terrifying.
It's not slaying the dragon, right? I think it's just putting on the helmet and giving it a try.
Unknown is the most exciting part in life. Why not embrace it?